The Interstellar Academy of Unity prided itself on being the galaxy's most diverse educational institution. Its towering crystalline halls held thousands of young minds from hundreds of species. From methane breathers to aquatic learners, from silicon-based organisms to insectoid thinkers, the Academy taught that unity was strength. And then the humans arrived. When Earth was invited into the galactic community, the Council insisted on integration at every level. That included education. A single human exchange student was assigned to each of several academies across the stars. The Interstellar Academy of Unity got one named Maya Torres. At first, aliens were fascinated. She smiled easily, carried strange snacks, and told stories of Earth that made jaws, beaks, and mandibles gape in disbelief. Poisonous plants that humans still ate. Seas filled with monsters that humans swam alongside. Weather so violent it leveled cities, yet humans rebuilt every time. It was amusing until gym class. The first warning. The class was scheduled for basic physical conditioning. For most species, it meant light calisthenics, gentle use of anti-grave resistance bands, and aerobic fluttering to stimulate circulatory systems. For others, it was time to stretch tendrils or buzz wings. Maya showed up in shorts, sneakers, and a tank top. She tied her hair back and clapped her hands together. "All right," she said brightly. "So what are we doing today?" "Sprints. Deadlifts. Burpees." The instructor, a four-legged gelatinous being named Professor Yiln, shivered. "Human Torres," it said carefully. "Today's exercise is light movement. Endurance building. You will jog. Slowly. Around the room. For 3 laps. Maya's eyebrows rose. "That's it." The class began. Aliens jogged or oozed, or scuttled around the track. Within half a lap, several were wheezing. By the end of 3, most had collapsed in proud exhaustion. Maya, meanwhile, was bouncing on her heels. "Cool. Warm-up done. What's next?" The silence was deafening. "Push UPS of doom." Professor Yiln decided to try another common drill. "Now, resistance exercises. Please perform 1 push-up." For most species, lowering their bulk to the ground and lifting again was a supreme challenge. 2 students fell over just attempting the motion. Maya dropped to the floor and banged out 20 push-ups before Yiln sputtered, "Enough. Enough, human. The others will be discouraged." Maya sat back on her knees, laughing nervously. "Sorry. I usually do about 50 in a set." A small insectoid hissed in alarm. 50. You willingly crush your own body against planetary force 50 times in a row? "Well, yeah," Maya said. "Sometimes more, if I'm bored." Half the class fainted. The sprint incident. Next came sprinting drills. The track was set to 1/4 gravity to make it easier for the more fragile species. Students lined up at the start line. "Run when the tone sounds," Professor Yiln instructed. The buzzer chirped. Aliens zipped forward at varying speeds, some buzzing, some leaping, some bouncing. But Maya, she exploded off the line like a missile. By the time the others reached the halfway point, she had already crossed the finish. She turned, jogging backward with a grin. "Want me to pace with them instead?" Her classmates stared in terror. "She outran me in low gravity," one gasped. "She must burn entire suns inside her muscles," another whimpered. From that day, Maya's nickname was the Gravity Monster. The weight disaster. The final test of the semester was the weight challenge. For most students, lifting a 10-kilo resistance cube was a triumph. Many species weren't built for heavy lifting. The cubes were designed as safe, steady benchmarks. Maya strolled up, cracked her knuckles, and grabbed a 20-kilo cube. She hoisted it over her head, grinning. "Nice. Feels like a warm-up kettlebell." She set it down gently. Got any heavier ones? Professor Yiln nearly combusted. No. No heavier. Human, you will destabilize morale if you. But it was too late. Maya had spotted the storage rack. With a casual whistle, she stacked 2 cubes and deadlifted them together. Muscles straining, sweat beading, she still managed to grin. Now this feels like a workout. Students shrieked in panic. She lifted TWO. With her fragile endoskeleton, she will tear herself apart and laugh while doing it. She's smiling while gravity itself tries to kill her. Professor Yiln ended class early before the entire room fainted. Panic spreads. By the end of the week, rumors of the Deathworld human in gym class had spread across the academy. Whispers filled the cafeteria. They say she runs until her heart almost explodes, on purpose. She carries metal weights on her back just for fun. She doesn't survive gravity, she increases it. When other species heard of Earth's training regimens, long-distance running for hours, swimming in predator-filled oceans, climbing mountains just to plant flags, they thought humans were insane. But when they saw Maya laughing her way through every drill that nearly killed them, they realized something worse. Humans weren't insane. They were conditioned. The Day of Respect. At the end of the semester, the Academy hosted its annual Unity Games, a friendly contest of skill and strength. Every species was represented. The humans hadn't been expected to place. But when Maya entered the arena, her classmates stepped back, whispering. The sprint. She won by a full lap. The endurance run. She lapped the field twice. The weight challenge. She set a new academy record while humming a tune under her breath. By the end, no one laughed at the fragile human. They watched her stretch and smile, sweat gleaming, and realized the truth. If this was what a human considered basic training, what kind of monsters did they become when they actually prepared for war? Epilogue. Panic forever. Long after Maya returned to Earth, the stories lingered. Alien cadets told tales of the human who smiled under gravity, who lifted impossible weights, who treated agony as fun. And in schools across the galaxy, whenever someone mentioned gym class, students shuddered. Because they all remembered the day a Deathworld human showed up and turned exercise into terror.